Hey, konnichiwa minasan, it's Gray from Wakazashi's Tea House over in Japan. How you doing? You good? Are you genki? Are you feeling noir-y, noir-esque? How do you say it? I don't know. This is a review of Spider-Man Noir, issue 1. It's written by Erik Larsen. Yes, that Erik Larsen of the old Spider-Man fame and Savage Dragon, of course. Arts by Andrea Broccardo, colours Rachel Rosenberg, letters Joe Sabino. The main cover on the left here is by Simone Di Meo, and I've chosen the David Mack variant, which is pretty cool. You can see it here on the right, looking very, very cool. So, what's this all about? Alfie! I'm not familiar with the character outside of the, was it Beyond the Spider-Verse, or Spider-Verse animated movie? That's the first time I've seen Spider-Man Noir, so, you know, I say I've got no history with the character. I know there've been a few miniseries up until now, so I don't know if he has the voice or not, but I want to say this is fine. It's okay, but it has the voice of Peter Parker, regular Spider-Man. It's just set in the 1930s. He's got the same problems with Aunt May, with Mary Jane, with money. It's the same kind of thing. It's just 1930s setting, so I was hoping to go for more of a kind of real pulpy, noir-esque, you know, like character, voice, different, a bit like the Nicolas Cage voiced, you know, character in the movie. But, as I say, I don't know if this is like comic accurate or not, so do let me know in the comments. As I say, it's not terrible, it's okay, it's pretty good, the art's good. That's probably one of the best things about it. Andrea Broccardo's art is very nice it nails the setting, you know, it's very nostalgic 1930s, 1940s America. Some of the writing, yeah, you know, it's Erik Larsen, he knows what he's doing, but there's a strange change, like a sudden drop in the middle of the issue, which is a bit weird. I'll get to that in the story summary. But I'm going to give a score here at the beginning for a change, because I'm not doing it after talk. After the story summary, that's it. So for a score out of 10, I was going to go for 5.5, but I thought that's a bit strict. Let's give it a 6. It's a decent 6 out of 10, but as I say, there are some weird things with the voice, and Erik Larsen does get a bit quip happy with Spider-Man. He's quipping and quipping away. Okay, let's get on with the story summary. So please keep watching. Here we go. Okay, we open up with a pretty exciting first page here. We got Spider-Man Noir, Spidey Noir, jumping out of the page, all guns blazing, like his Dr. Martin boots there. We get narration telling us that things aren't great in the Spider-Man world. Well, that sounds familiar, doesn't it? He's late on his rent, he's not got much money, he's about to get evicted, Aunt May's health has been in trouble, and Mary Jane and Peter split up. So 1939 hasn't been a great year so far, as he says. Then enter the Scorpion Gang. Then we get a nice double page spread here by the artist Andrea Broccardo. I like the design, the style, you know, it's very sort of pulp noir 1930s style. One thing I've noticed already is that Spider-Man is just quipping away. He is pouring out the jokes. Here we go. For example, this doesn't have to be a gunfight. I'm not married to a gunfight. If you'd rather take it down a few notches and make it a fist fight, I'd be okay with that. Things are kind of tight at the moment. Bullets aren't cheap. Okay. It's Spider-Man. Kill him. I like the, oh geez, in the background. We're in trouble now. But yeah, everyone's shooting. There are guns, there are dead guards on the ground. And I gotta say, I do like the Scorpion kind of half mask they've got going on. He's only one guy, the robbers cry, the Scorpion Gang. And Spidey's like, what would your mothers say? Then we get some narration here saying, yeah, with great power there must also come great responsibility. Every Spider-Man across the multiverse seemed to have that bit of wisdom drummed into their head, including that cartoon pig. So we get reference to the movies there, to the multiverse. The fight continues as Spidey loses his guns, his handguns. They've got knives here, iron bars, all sorts of things, baseball bats, crowbars. Okay, the narration and the quips continue. We've got Spidey saying, you know why I love this line of work? It's the little things, the fresh air, the exercise, the fellowship, an opportunity to rub elbows with the common man. It's more of a calling, really. Now, look, there's nothing wrong with quips and jokes, but I don't know, it just feels like Peter from the regular universe, you know, the normal Spider-Man. It doesn't feel like Spider-Man Noir. Well, saying that, my only experience, as I mentioned earlier, is just from the animated movies. You know, Nick Cage, I hear Nick Cage's voice and it doesn't quite match these quips, but I haven't read the previous comics, the miniseries, so tell me in the comments, like, does this match what's come before, or are they going for like a kind of fresh start? On the next page we see quite a bloody scene here. There's a dead guard, blood all over the floor, which Spidey actually slips in. But again, he just continues with this quippy narration. Say, any of you guys been to the World's Fair? I was thinking of checking it. Whoa, which one of you goons left a dead body here? Fella could break his neck slipping on this stuff.
You what?
Then Spider-Man gets a wooden box to the head. That did it, he's down. Let's finish this. Did any of you guys drop a wallet? Again, he's joking. Again. I got him, says one of the goons. And then we get, and this is the last time I do it, I promise. I've got to read this out to you. Oh lordy, not that. Please, anything but being held down by a small group of ordinary men with no discernible skills. I beg you, I'm powerless against regular Joes in plaid wool jackets. And then we get the most realistic line from one of the other goons. He says, shut this idiot up. I can't read anymore. I can't read. But anyway, this Scorpion Gang member, he's got a gun pointed at Spidey. Say goodbye forever, freak. And then Spider-Man throws off the guys and manages to find a gun from the ground and shoots the guy. But it's not a lethal shot by looks of things. He shoots him in the shoulder. And then he starts to take out the rest of the Scorpion Gang members. And then, and I'm not joking, he starts singing the Spider-Man theme tune. He can do whatever a spider can, spin a web any size, catch crooks just like flies. Here, we get our first look at the Spidey web fluid in the 1930s. There are 4 kids watching. Whoa, did you see that? I seen it, I ain't blind. Sorry, I don't know why I went cockney then. So, Spider-Man leaves the Scorpion Gang all webbed up in fluid. The police turn up and they take care of them. He's talking about he's done his good deed for the day. Now it's time to get out of here. We switch scenes to the Peter Parker Private Eye offices. The landlady's after his rent and of course he doesn't have it. He's promising he'll have it soon. You said the same thing 3 weeks ago. Then we get a proper Private Eye narration here from the old movies, the old books. And then she walked through my door and into my life. It's Gwen Stacy. Friends call me Gwen. Yes, so that's just how Gwen is being introduced in this universe. Look at Peter Parker. He's got little band-aids on his face. He's got stubble. Is it 5 o'clock shadow? Gwen wants to hire Peter to help find out who killed her father. Here, Gwen's telling Peter that her father worked for the police, but he told her they were corrupt and not to be trusted. Last night, they pulled him out of the East River. After a brief interlude where we see Aunt May phoning and just asking, are you okay, Peter? I'm worried about you. Peter goes out to investigate. He goes to the morgue to have a look at Captain George Stacy's dead body. Peter asks what the cause of death was. The mortician says, that slug we pulled out of him is the main culprit, but he had water in his lungs. So, he was either shot in the water or fell into the water after being shot. Peter gets told to leave by a cop or a security guard, and he promises to return, and he does, later on that night. As he's examining Captain Stacy's body, he notices something shining in the flashlight's gleam, some kind of thread behind Gwen Stacy's father's ear. But then, there's a voice, "Hey, somebody in there!" Uh-oh, this can't be good. First one cop, then another 4 all come charging in. Spider-Man's out of there, jumps out of a window, gunfire behind him. As he's making a sharp exit through the city streets, he's thinking to himself like, this doesn't make sense. Why the big police presence? Is it some kind of cover-up? Why would they care so much? George Stacy is dead, it's not like I'm gonna make him any more dead. So they're really after Peter, look at that, they're after Spider-Man, shooting at him from the city streets. Peter then goes to pay a visit to Gwen Stacy in her apartment. It was just me and my father here. She's asking like, did you find anything? He's got some documents. There's a lot to go through. Did your father have any enemies that you know of? And she replies that, well, he didn't talk about work to Gwen. Did he keep a journal? She doesn't know. There's a huge safe though in the room here. Look at that. You don't happen to know the combination to the safe, do you? Sorry, no. Okay, after another quick interlude with Aunt May and Peter having a meal together and she's asking him like 20 questions, there's a weird, like, abrupt change in the story. Suddenly, we're here at the World's Fair and Spider-Man Noir is fighting a Nazi flying fascist bat. What is going on? Where's this come from? Like, no setup for this at all. I guess it's just to place this in the time, 1939. Spidey manages to damage the flying bat's flying apparatus, his weird wings, whatever they are. So much so he has time to crack a joke. It's times like this that you wish you'd bought American made. Anyway, we see the bat falling from the sky, getting caught up in the banners of the World's Fair. He's all yours, boys. That's one flying Nazi rat all wrapped up and ready to go. See, I'm on your side. Yeah, says one of the cops. If you really were, you would have got the cash as well. Oh, what's the use, says Spidey, and swings away. See you in the funny papers. Then on the last page, we're back at Peter's office and he's looking through the papers. Captain Stacy wasn't the man he pretended to be to his daughter. He had a secret life that Gwen didn't know about. There's a reason he could afford that fancy brownstone on a captain's salary. Seems he was doing a bit of moonlighting on the side. So inside the papers he finds this clipping saying, George Stacy was a member of the Scorpion Gang, and his killer was Spider-Man. To be continued.
He swaps his longsword for a wakizashi, so